All right, let's move on now to some of the other topics that we got going on here. Next on the agenda, let's talk about these FNAF things. So, if you've been following, I think Scott Games is what it is. Scott Games, is it? Is it Scott Games? Yeah. Okay. This account, FNAF Scott Games, which is the official account. This is my alternate account. That's why I wasn't following it yet. But you can see right here my main account, my little dumb face right down there. So you know I do follow it. Okay. They've been posting cryptic images of Five Nights at Freddy's 2, man. So let's get into them. Well, if we go back, let's see here. They had let's see, FNAF 2 Mangle. Let's start off with the very first one that we got just to catch us up on where we were. This was the first image that Papa Blum, the head of Blumhouse Studios, let us know, right? He's like, yep, here at the lab with the Jim Henson Corporation. They're working on the puppets here, and people went crazy because they're clearly making Mangle, right? If we go, for those of you to Mangle, FNAF 2. They're clearly making the Mangle puppet, which, like, dude, I know the first movie was PG-13 and was a little tame. You got to do Mangle right. That is like one creepy, messed up looking animatronic. It would be pretty cool to see that done right. And it's also supposed to make like really weird noises, right? It's like, oh, dude, the fact that they're making the miniature version so that they could eventually blow it up. And you can see over here, they got the little mouthpiece, the hand. So this was the first image. And we're like, yeah, they're adapting FNAF 2. All right, that's what we got going on. And that also was our first hint that the toy animatronics, let me see here, FNAF 2 toy animatronics are going to be adapted, which I honestly didn't think they were going to do it. I know the second FNAF game, it introduced these guys, but in my mind, I was like, yeah, but the first FNAF are so iconic, those costumes. It's like, could you really have that make sense and actually do it? They're going to do it. They're obviously going to do it. And we know that now because of these new photos that they started teasing us with. So let's go with the very first photo. So this was the first photo that they revealed on there, and it looks like a torso. And, you know, some people had a hard time trying to figure out, where does this belong? Where could this go? Now, some people thought it could belong to Mangle and be this part specifically right here where I'm circling. It could be that torso of Mangle, or it could be the endoskeleton from FNAF 2, and we could be seeing that. Dude, that would be a really creepy one to also see pop up. You see it has the same kind of structure there. That's definitely what's gotta be happening there. So we got that popping up, and I was like, okay, they're building it, they're making it. It's crazy how they can just make those. Like the Jim Henson Corporation, say what you want about that first FNAF movie. I know it's got its flaws and it didn't exactly make people a lot of fans, but it did please a lot of the longtime fans. It's still cool the attention to detail they put on them. So then we had that photo, and we're like, okay, now we know what that. Then they brought us with this photo, which I was like, who this? Who that? He got green eyes. He cute. And then it turned out to be the eyes of Toy Bonnie. Toy Bonnie. Thanks to all the FNAF fans putting it in there. And yeah, you look at Toy Bonnie, and dude, them green eyes right there just staring you in the face, into your soul. And then when you look further at the photo, you can see Bonnie's ears right there. Those are the same ears. They got the same kind of structure, same kind of build. Those are the same ears right there. They're building the toy animatronics. They're actually going to be doing that. Now, I'm so confused how they're going to explain it in the movie, because I know there's an explanation in the games and the way that world works, but the first movie already went off book. There's some things that they did follow from the games, but there's a lot of stuff where they're doing their own lore and creating their own history in the movie universe, and that's why I'm confused about how they're going to introduce them. We're going to talk about that in a sec, but okay, we got Bonnie's eyes, and it's the toy Bonnie, so they're going to be doing that, and they're pretty angry too. And then, oh, honey, cue the love music. Where's my comment? I know my. Did they hide my comment? They're trying. Oh, it's because I commented on Johnny Blocks instead of there. But this is supposed to be the faceplate for Chica in FNAF 2. So we're gonna have Toy Chica. Let me pull her up. Toy Chica. Oh yeah, Chica. Right there. Okay, come on now. You're not helped. This really the first image you're gonna bust out? I'm gonna put the stream on pause for a second, guys. But they got Toy Chica, which I doubt they're gonna build her like this. They're not. No way they're gonna. I know that's like a fan edit too. No way they built. What the heck? What what is the community, guys? Look, if Freddy's not ready to be a dad, dude. He's like, what did you do? What the heck, man? But okay, so it's obviously the mold before the beak on Chica, so it's gonna be like that. But you can see the little like Pikachu cheeks that they're gonna have on there, and I'm like, okay, so they're full throttle going in. What is happening? What is there lore I am not aware of? So how did this relationship begin, and why are there so many censored photos on this one Google search? I just typed in Toy Chica. I didn't say Toy Chica fan lore. I didn't type in Toy Chica not safe for what is oh my god. I think I'm just about to get banned on YouTube. YouTube gods, please do not. Okay, I have the filter on. I think some of you saw that and I apologize. Okay, let's just stick to this image and no longer scroll down. I'm so sorry, guys. I did not see that. But anyways, we have Toy Chica here. And they're going to be going with, okay, now the reason I was saying I'm extremely confused about how they're going to go into explaining this is because in the lore, FNAF 2 and these toy animatronics, that whole storyline takes place before the first FNAF, right? And if we're going with the way the movie is set up, and that was our first FNAF, I'm like, how can they then introduce these toy animatronics in prequel form? I'm like, you can't really do that. And especially because this has also been a big complaint in the community. It's like these toy animatronics are so much more complicated and high tech than the original ones. So how could these be older than the newer ones, right? Now that's exactly what I agree with. And we do have that one. What was it? I think it was a FNAF movie. What was it? I forget the name of it, guys. So help me if you can remember. Was it Ellie? There was a FNAF movie anime what was the name of it? The one that also had like Pikachu cheeks, and that it was found towards the end of the movie. It also had the spring lock on it. You guys remember the name of it. You'll know what I'm talking about. It was in the movie. It looked like an old-timey doll. Ellie, there we go. Thank you. Thank you. Churder. There we go. I don't know why I said Eli. I do it. Okay. I think this is our hint to it. Like clearly this is where this doll's going to come from, and that's what it's going to be. So I think that's where the toy animatronics are going to come from, because look, they're doing the same Pikachu kind of like face thing, and they're going to make the lore match with the toy animatronics. So I think the best way to do this is a lot of FNAF 2, although taking place after the first FNAF movie, there's going to be so much flashing back to early William Afton days, giving us some insight into maybe Henry Emily, right? I think they're gonna make it freaking the dad of Josh Hutcherson's character in there and have him be part of it, and that's why William Afton stole his son and killed him. I think the son is gonna be a version of the one that takes over the whatchamacallit, the puppet in there. I think that the son's going to take place for the puppet. All this crazy fan lore, I'm trying to make it fit into the movie world, but it's very confusing. Other than that, yeah, Mike. Other than that, the other thing that I'm also curious then if they'll bring in elements from the second game. One of the things that happens in the second game is there's a mechanic where if a animatronic is about to walk up on you or you're about to get attacked by one, you put on this mask and then they can no longer tell you're a person, you're a human, and they're not going to attack you. Do you think this is a mechanic they could introduce into the movie? And it's like, this is one of those things where it like it'll make sense in the video games because it's a mechanic in there and it like makes sense for you to avoid them. But then when you do it in the movies, does it make sense, right? Like, will that be silly where Mike and Vanessa are going back into the pizzeria or whatever, and then they put on a plastic mask and then they just walk by the animatronics? I can already see that looking extremely silly in my head. I could see it maybe, I don't know, working for the sister. I could see that working for the sister and being okay. that would actually be charming for the kid. But just seeing them wear masks and tiptoe Scooby-Doo style past the animatronics, I feel like that could get very silly very fast. Oh, is it? But it kind of not work. Maybe I think they can. Yeah, some people are like, I think they can make it work. It depends. It's got to be real high tech masks, man. I mean, because I know there was like already masks in the, and I doubt these are the masks they're gonna use. But if like FNAF 1 movie, you remember there was like masks. Dang, I don't think I could find a photo of it that quick. But whenever one of the first trailers came out and they gave you a wide shot of the pizzeria, you could see there was like merch, right? And they were selling masks, like little plastic masks of Chica, of Bonnie, of Freddy. I'm like, are those the masks they're gonna be wearing? Or are they gonna have some like real high tech, doll heads? So that's one aspect. I'm like, I wonder if they're going to introduce, the whole masks to avoid animatronic things. The other thing is obviously weathering down the last animatronics. That could be pretty cool. All in all, though, what I really want, and I know, is just more Yellow Rabbit. I think at this point he's Springtrap, right? Like, he fully turns into Springtrap by the end of the movie. But I just want more Yellow Rabbit, whether it's in flashback form or in modern day form. Matthew Lillard, when he was in that costume, holding a knife, will you, and just kicking the crap out of Mike and laughing, being maniacal. I could have used like 40, 30 minutes of that in the movie. I hate how it was only like 5, 10 minutes. That was like the real highlight for me, because Matthew Lillard was just fantastic in that role, and the way he was moving about. Because like the other animatronics, they were great, but they had to move robotic, and it's just like it's hard to believe they run that fast, they move that fast, and all that stuff. But dude, Matthew Lillard in that suit made it look so effortless. So that's kind of what I really need. Yeah, I need an Afton slasher film. That's exactly what I need. Yeah, like for a little segment of the movie. Yeah, or we saw the withered version or this like burned down version. Like we got to know the story behind that. To me, that makes it sound like the pizzeria almost burned down or something, and that's why the costume got that way. At least that's what it looks like. I would love to see flashbacks. Let me see. Young Vanessa FNAF movie. Like I would love to see. Where's that photo? There we go. This photo. I would love to see flashbacks to the perfect look of the Yellow Rabbit suit, Vanessa as a kid, and William just doing what he does. Like that would be so creepy if they actually do that. But alas, we'll have to wait and see to find out. It's still really cool, and it's nice to know we're going to get different versions of the animatronics. The other thing I'm curious about with this movie is how much of it then is still going to appeal to just the fans, and how much of it is going to them try to bring in the newcomers. Because the box office for the first movie was really good, and it earned it because it had like a 7-year long wait. It was a very popular brand. I wonder how that's going to translate now for the second movie. Are those people who didn't enjoy it going to come back? Are they also going to do the release on streaming and theaters the same day, which I feel like they are going to do? And how much of that would actually hurt the film? Or maybe they won't do it because now they see how much money they can actually make. Like, there's so many questions. I am wondering. I think they're still going to make it PG-13. I see someone. Let me see here. I seen the first film, and I was kind of sad that they made it PG-13 because there wasn't a single child in that theater. So the sequel, in my mind, must be R. It would be so cool if they did, but I doubt it, man. They just made so much money, and a lot of people got to see it that way. It'd be so cool if they did make it R, but I doubt it. I doubt it. So there we go, guys. That's our update right now with Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Lots of stuff to wonder, lots of stuff to blab about. I'd love to know your guys' opinion. What you think they will integrate, what they won't integrate. And yeah, let's see what happens. Let's wait up on that.